Good day to everyone. It's June, your local journalist, and welcome to another episode of Truth Speaks, where we talk about, shed light, and give insights about the latest media news in the Philippines. In this episode, we're going to talk about Pura Luka Vega. Pura Luka Vega is a trans woman drag artist who went viral in July of 2023 after posting video clips of themselves dressing up as a drag of Jesus the Black Nazarene, dancing to Ama Namin remix in a club. Vega's act consequently received a lot of backlash from various religious sectors in the Philippines, to the point that he was declared as persona non grata in multiple places in the country. Despite all the criticism, Vega stands with his act, saying it was meant to simply challenge the traditional ways of expressing praise and not to commit blasphemy or to disrespect anyone. Given the light of the news, today I've invited a few guests to help us ponder about the controversial situation. Let us first listen to the voices of the Filipino people. Here we have Miss Marjorie from Manila. Hello, Miss Marjorie.
Hi, Miss Jermaine.
So, what do you think about the Pura Luka Vega situation?
Well, I see various people with different kinds of religion and culture, but Pura Luka, I'm quite neutral about his controversy because I believe that his way of expression and beliefs. Besides, who am I to judge him, right?
Ooh, what an open-minded approach. Now, let's turn to Stephanie from Cebu City. Hi, Steph! So, what's your take on this?
I think this issue is about freedom of expressions over the mockery of religious faith. As a Cebuano and a devoted Catholic, I agree that his actions are absolutely wrong.
Thank you for your heartfelt words, Stephanie. Now, let us hear it from the professionals. Talking about religion and law respectively, here we have Pastor Denzel Geronimo, Attorney Roxanne Saria, and Senator Rain Pamplona. Alright, so to start our discussion, I want to hear first from the perspective of the law. Attorney Roxanne, now that a lot of people are trying to get him arrested, what does the law actually have to say about what Pura Luka Vega did?
Thank you, Ms. Jermaine, for having me in this podcast. This Pura Luka Vega issue raises debate between rights and protection. The action of Pura imposing Jesus Christ triggered many Catholic Filipinos. On the other hand, politics gives the right to express and protect the LGBTQ+ community. Pura has the right to defend himself for his action of expression. However, he defies certain laws. Actually, imposing a religion saint is not punishable, only if you disrespect while dressing as one. And the laws for this are Revised Penal Code, Article 201, Immoral Doctrines of Sin Publication and Exhibition, and Incident Show, where it protects any disrespect in religion, and the Revised Penal Code, Article 133, offending the religious feelings. Everyone has a right of freedom, but everyone is also subjected to respect each beliefs and follow the laws.
So Vega is in kind of a gray area with the law. Now I'm curious to hear what the scripture may have to say about this. Pastor Denzel, can you give us some insight?
First of all, thank you very much, Ms. Jermaine, for having me in this podcast. Well, in the eyes of God, Proverbs 6:7-8 says that He cannot be mocked by any actions that we make. However, if we continue to keep our eyes be blinded by our own selfish desires and own definitions, there will always be consequences to our actions. So, it's really up to us on how we will behave, whether we act rightfully in the eyes of God or we act accordingly to what we only prefer in our own ways. Therefore, there will be a problem in the practice of faith if we make our own definitions of what is pleasing to God and what is not.
Very interesting to hear. Thank you, Pastor Denzel. Now, before we get too sidetracked, let us talk about the big question. What happens when you're declared as persona non grata in the Philippines? Attorney?
This isn't the first time I was questioned about that. I know a lot of you are curious to know. Well, a persona non grata declaration is described as a person who is not wanted or welcome. However, the declaration is only a political statement. It may have no legal effect, meaning this does not entail that the declared person will be prevented or arrested while visiting the specific city that they were declared, unless they are found committing a crime with an issued warrant of arrest. Also, the person still has the rights, and it is Section 6, Article 3, Bill of Rights of the 1987 Constitution. It is the person's rights to travel. We have this Bill of Rights that sets restriction against government abuses.
So basically, being a persona non grata doesn't mean you're a criminal, just unwanted at certain places. Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
So what do politicians have to do with that? Senator Pamplona?
Well, as a politician, I recognize the value of free speech and creative expression. But there is a narrow line between pushing limits and honoring public sentiment. It is unfortunate that Pura Luka Vega has received death threats and abuse, labeling them persona non grata in various locations respects the freedom of the public to express displeasure. It has led in the loss of job opportunities, which is the primary source of income for many drag queens. It's critical to strike a balance between growing creative forms with cultural and religious sensibilities. It is a difficult problem that needs logical debate and comprehension on all sides.
Interesting thoughts from Senator Pamplona. Thank you for the definitive discussion, Pastor, Attorney, and Senator. Let us now get back to the commentators. Hello again, guys! After all that serious talk, what do you guys have to say?
We have agreed with their discussion, especially with what the attorney said that it affects both religion and politics. These two sides have different opinions and deepen our understanding regarding this issue. However, even though it unintentionally offended a lot of people, we somehow appreciate Pura for being transparent to what he knows about Catholicism.
Alright, it seems that everybody got something from our discussion. I'm really happy to hear all of your takes on today's episode. So to summarize, Pura Luka's issue is a great example of how powerful religious sectors are in the Philippines. Respecting religious sentiments are critical, but so is free speech and intellectual freedom. That'll be all for today's episode. Thank you so much to everyone here for joining me today and to our dear listeners who stayed till the end. Once again, I am June, your local journalist, and see you all next time. Bye-bye!